on the 8th October 2022, when the Indian Air Force is celebrating 90 years of glorious formation day. Dear friends, Indian Air Force, starting from 8 October 1932, for the different mission like safeguarding the territories and preventing the insurgency, preventing the enemies to occupy the land of the India. Indian Air Force is the glorious path to defend, to safeguard the sky of India. Indian Air Force having the responsibility to safeguard our skies, our sky. My dear friends, today Indian Air Force is placed on the fourth largest number of Air Force among the world's class Air Force. Indian Air Force is the fourth largest Air Force in this world. And Indian Air Force is very much capable to deal any kind of insurgency and any kind of aggression from the foreign countries. My dear friends, today Indian Air Force has completed its journey from 1932 8 October to 8 October 2022, 90 years. And really, it's a matter of great pride for all the Indians to see how the Indian Air Force is safeguarding our country's border. And I say that Indian Air Force, Subrato Mukherjee, the Air Chief Marshal Subrato Mukherjee, Air Chief Marshal Latif Sir, Air Chief Marshal Bhadoria Sir, Air Chief Marshal Chaudhary Sir, Air Chief Marshal Tyagi Sir, and so many Air Force chief has contributed, and officers and airmen have also laid down their glorious service to the nation. And we have the proud of all the Indian Air Force officers and personnel. Their devotion, their dedication, their discipline is remembered always when the discussion is placed for the Air Force and the whole world. My dear friends, today is the glorious service which you are seeing, that we have given our best contribution by safeguarding our Indian Air Force, by the Indian Air Force of this country, India. During war 1965 with the Pakistan, we have shown how the braves of Indian Air Force personnel are. We have shown how the brave personnel, brave officers of Indian Air Force are during 1971 war. And we have shown, even though before that, we have created the history, that is Bangladesh, which you are seeing, that is a new country you are seeing on the map of world. See that during 1971, the Indian Air Force and Army, Navy, both three wing of the Defense Force have shown the courage, valor, and dedication, devotion, discipline, how we should deal with enemies. And here we have created the history by creating a new country, that is Bangladesh, during 1971 war. And we have learned the lesson from 1962 war with the China, and today, as on today, Indian Air Force is very much capable to face any enemies, any enemies countries, maybe the Pakistan, maybe the China, maybe the any other countries. If any country is keeping eyes on the India, we have the capability to deal our enemies very much. So it is the time to re-establish, to strengthen the Indian Air Force in large, and so that we can we can become the first, instead fourth largest Indian Air Force in this world. We should always believe in the indigenous equipment, and our capacity, our strength should be built with the indigenous, means procurement of weapons of any kind from the foreign countries. We should reduce that load. We should make all kind of weapons here in India, whether the aircraft, whether the guns, whether any nuclear weapons or any kind of weapons if required for the safeguarding our borders. We should less depend on the other foreign countries for the equipment and war uh, equipment. It's the time to think that how our country made, how our India is capable to make um, war weapons, aircrafts, bomber, fighters, all kind of transports, helicopters, and all kind of equipment we should make here in India, and we should not depend in any way on the foreign countries. We are buying, we are procuring the aircrafts, we are procuring the all kind of um, war equipment from the foreign countries. We should reduce this, and we should depend upon own built equipment. It's the time to rethink how the officers, how the airmen are to be dealt with discipline, devotion, dedication. If the Air Force officers and personnel are given the best facilities, then they can contribute the best of their service to the nation. So we should keep on the eyes of ex-airmen, ex-personnel, ex-officers of the Indian Air Force and their families, how the best, how the best is to be done for the Indian Air Force ex-servicemen. We should also keep the welfare on the top position of the office serving officers and the airmen and their families, and even though civilians who are giving the best contribution to strengthen the Indian Air Force. It's a time to mobilize the Indian Air Force person in all the way. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, touch the sky with glory. It's the principle of the Indian Air Force. So we have started the journey from 8 October 1932, and we have come on the 8 October 2022. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. I, Sergeant Santoshilal Kamal, also has rendered 20 years regular service from 29th April to 29th April 1980 to 2030th April. So it's the matter of great pride for me that I have also become the part of Indian Air Force, and I am leading my happy and prosperous life from the uh, retirement from the Indian Air Force. It's the real asset of the Indian Air Force are the officers and the uh, airmen and their families. Serving and ex-servicemen personnels are to be looked after very nicely, and that is done by the Indian Air Force, and the government of India is looking after very well to all officers, serving officers, airmen, their families, and ex-servicemen, officers, and Indian Air Force personnel. I convey my best regard on this 8 October 2022 for, for all serving and retired Indian Air Force officers and personnel. Touch the sky with glory. Give the best contribution to the nation. It's our motto to defend the skies, to defend, to safeguard the sky, and wherever our need is required, we should give the contribution. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. On this 8th October, Indian Air Force Formation Day. Again, I convey my best wishes to all the Indian Air Force officers, personnel, their families, ex-servicemen, and defense personnel, army, navy. Thank you very much for being with me. I'm Sergeant Santoshilal Kamal, retired, presently working as the advocate. And if you need any legal service or guidance how to join the Indian Air Force, please do call 790-5953-504. This is my personal mobile number. Thank you, one and all, being with me.